K-pop Demon Hunters. Everybody knows it, everybody loves it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then get out of this video and go watch the movie. I don't care if you're not into animated films or you haven't listened to a K-pop song in your life. I want you to stop everything you're doing right now and go watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm going to make a quick introduction to the movie, but trust me, watching it yourself is a whole other experience. With that out of the way, let's first talk about what exactly is K-pop Demon Hunters, why did it get so popular online, and why it's totally worth the hype. K-pop Demon Hunters is a 2025 American animated musical urban fantasy film, produced by Sony Pictures Animation and released by Netflix. Directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Applehands, the movie pretty much received a very positive reception on its release on June 20, 2025. It's really a movie that can be enjoyed by pretty much anybody. It has great storytelling, amazing visuals, outstanding animation, and of course, the music is just something entirely out of this world. I've been listening to Soda Pop and Golden on loop for the past 2 months. And I mean, the numbers are talking. Golden, a single by Huntrix, which is a fictional girl group, made them the first ever female K-pop artist to reach the top chart of huge music platforms like Spotify. And another point I wanted to discuss was the animation style for the movie. So, Sony Pictures Animation got pretty famous lately for pretty much taking the animation industry on a new path, a more exciting one with more creative visual styles that really make their movies unique. I'm talking movies like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and The Mitchells vs. the Machine, etc., etc. They really push the artistic aspects of their movies, and it's something that I'm living for. But for K-pop Demon Hunters, they really chose to not really lean into the addition of 2D elements on top of the 3D, something that they're very renowned for at Sony Pictures Animation. But despite that, the movie is very visually unique thanks to all the efforts that were made during the creative process of making it. It's a movie that doesn't shy down from its humor, its emotional conflict, its darker themes, and of course, its cultural representation. Co-director Maggie Kang said in multiple interviews that she wanted the members of Huntrix to feel like real girls. So in some scenes, you would find them pretty much being bold and flashy and all dolled up. But in other scenes, they would be chilling around in their PGs, acting goofy around each other. And it's really something that I admire, to pretty much the power that animation has in storytelling and showcasing all these amazing and beautiful bits of human life. So I knew from the start that if I wanted to make the designs that I'm gonna show in a minute, I really had to dig very deep into Moroccan culture. And as a person who struggles to settle on specific designs, especially for historically inspired characters, due to basically the huge diversity of different clothes, accessories, and the way they can be worn, there's one phrase that the creator of K-pop Demon Hunters said in an interview really hit me. Quote, "I've gotten messages like, I don't know why you're doing it like this, and at first it was very difficult. But I landed in a place where I had to just make a movie that I believed in. And I think it's important for everybody to know that everyone has a different relationship to their culture. You're not going to be representing things exactly the same way as somebody else is. It just means that we have to make more movies about every culture." Alright, now, enough talking about the movie. There's still a lot of things I want to say about it, but if I do, the video is gonna be too long. We're already 4 minutes and a half in, and we still haven't talked about the designs. Now let's get to it, shall we? I started out with gathering a bunch of references that I can use as inspiration for the girls' outfits, as well as doing some research on Moroccan folklore, mythology, history, and everything in between. I ended up with two solid ideas for now. The first one was going to wear a very luxurious type of kaftan. A kaftan is a traditional Moroccan tunic that can be worn either by men or women. The one I'm using as a reference is called khrib. This type of kaftan comes in yellow and it bears flower embroidery. It was named khrib because its name would literally translate to the one that ruins, because it usually would ruin somebody's fortune due to its expensiveness. It's an important piece to create the iconic Fez bride look, thus being often a garment that is passed down generations. Another thing I like about K-pop Demon Hunters, aside from its story and animation, is its richness in Korean culture. You can definitely see the passion and care for even the smallest details of each character. For me, their weapons stand out the most, not only representing each girl's fighting style, but also the Korean inspiration that the movie is excelling at showcasing. I wanted to do something similar and give my version of Huntrix unique and authentic weapons. I settled on giving the lead hunter a rifle, with the inspiration being the one used in Tborida, a traditional artistic horse riding show. I figured this hunter would be a very patient and methodic person, often relying on stealth and really meticulous planning when fighting demons. I feel like she would be very organized and would hate it when somebody would screw up her plans. I noticed during my research that braids were a very prominent hairstyle, especially in Berber women, so of course I had to give her one and take the risk that she looked too much like Rumi. And with that, I present to you the lead choreographer of my version of the Huntrix group, Zainab. The next hunter on the list is Zahra. When browsing for references, I came across this beautiful kaftan. Its name is Nta. It was named this way due to its sporting a type of embroidery with the same name, often depicting floral motifs or peacocks. It comes in either black or dark green. Nowadays, it's worn by the bride on the day before her wedding, called the henna day. Henna is basically a plant-based dye that is applied on the hands to create patterns. You can see later on in the speed paint, I'm gonna add that to the hands of the character. I knew from the start that I wanted the beads to be the main element on her. I think we can all agree that the Saja boys' final outfits were peak. I'll casually steal the combat boots from them, thank you. Now, enough about the design, let's talk about her personality. She's very fashion forward, obviously. She's very cheerful and protective of her friends, and she met the rest of the girls through something that she was back then ashamed of, which was her poetry. She was made fun of for liking something that was considered nerdy by her so-called friends. But now, after joining the group, she became their lyricist and stylist, often drawing inspiration from old poems for the group's songs. And lastly, for her weapon, I gave her a kumia. A kumia is a traditional Moroccan dagger. And here she is in all her sparkly glory. For the next hunter, I wanted to incorporate various elements from the Moroccan Berber culture. Berbers or Amazighs are the indigenous ethnic group of Morocco. They speak their language Tamazight or Shlha across every part of the kingdom. Traditional clothes and dialects can be different depending on which area of the country. But for this design, I mainly referenced the traditional Berber clothes of the region of Sus Mesa. I gave her a red headscarf with metallic ornaments. For her weapon, I remembered that I went to a local museum and they had amazing historical relics, and I remember seeing in the war section of the museum a pair of Berber bracelets/handcuffs, and the description that was on the side said that it was indeed a self-defense weapon that Berber women used. So of course, I liked the idea, so I gave it to my character. I wanted to give her a really tight-fitting top with a lot of jewelry, really leaning into making her top half more detailed. So I gave her big pants, to, make her silhouette much more coherent in a way to contrast with everything that is happening on top of the character. I make choices and I think they work. Maybe I'm blind if it looks weird or wonky, but I really wanted to give her a lot of accessories, and the only way I could have done that is, of course, give her a top that doesn't really crowd that area too much. And all that information made me forget to talk about her personality. I think out of all the girls in the group, she's the calmest, that chill friend that always has your back. And I think because of her weapons being handcuffs, she would be the strongest one out of the three physically. And even though she has a wonderful voice, she doesn't really like going on interviews. Even if she looks brave and composed on the outside, she's the most scared out of all the girls that the honeymoon could break. And she finds herself often at night waking up, having nightmares that the demons got unleashed into the world. She fears losing her friends, even though deep down inside, she knows that if she works hard with everybody else, they will soon make the honeymoon golden. Well, that was my take on how the Huntrix would look like if they were from my country. I really liked the movie, and this was a fun exercise. I'm planning to make more videos like these in the future, hopefully. And if you liked this video, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe if you haven't. It really helps. And maybe drop a comment about your thoughts and opinions on the designs, and maybe suggest a name for this group. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and see you on the next one.